Hey guys, welcome back to a new Roblox Fish video. Today I wanted to talk to you about the Atlantis update that Roblox Fish has announced for the 25th of January and how we can basically properly prepare before that update actually hits. We will be talking about the best way currently to gain experience and also the best way to currently gain money, and of course talking a little bit about the update itself. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Now, the first thing we will start off with is grinding experience. Now, there's currently basically two set ways of grinding experience, which is one, grinding with a Rod of the Depths with the Clever enchantment, which gives you a 2.25 times multiplier on the fish experience that you get from fishing it up, or by grinding at the Cryogenic Canal with, for example, a Heaven's Rod with the Hasty enchantment, which gives you a lot more lure speed, basically giving you the instant catch on your hook, so that you can immediately start the mini game for fishing the fish. And since there are two mythicals on the Cryogenic Canal, and they actually spawn a lot, definitely when you have like a 32 times multiplier or a Aurora going off in a server, those are basically like your two ways of doing it. Now, people have said like if you're mostly AFK, you can use the Forsaken Pond, where you grind the Captain's Goldfish, which gives a lot of experience. Or if you're mostly just playing the game, you can basically go to the Cryogenic Canal and try and just go for the Glacial Sturgeon and the Aurora Trout and farm those for experience, where you can actually also use your Rod of the Depths with the Clever enchantment. It's basically just because what your preference is or what you're gonna do at the moment. Those are basically now what are like the two best ways of grinding experience. Now, I'll show you how much XP like the Goldfish gives you at the Forsaken Pond. So let's quickly go there and I'll meet you guys there. Now, while we make our way to the Forgotten Pond, I forgot to tell you, but the Rod of the Depths is mostly used because the passive on it with this ghost gives you a way of getting another extra capture every third capture on your fish. And since the Goldfish can be found here, if you get lucky and get like 2 goldfishes, you get like a massive ton of experience. So let's first get to finding a goldfish, then I'll show you the exact amount of experience that we get from using this. We'll go from there. All right, here we go. We got the goldfish here. Now let's see exactly the amount of experience that we get from this. So here we go. Okay, so we just got 12.6k without a perfect catch of experience for just catching the Captain's Goldfish. Now, of course, if you get a perfect catch, you get way more experience, but the goldfish is actually sometimes quite annoying to catch since it like moves around a lot. So if you got some resilience bait, like for example seaweed, you'll be probably fine trying a perfect capture on this, but it gives you 12.6k of experience. Now let's go to the Cryogenic Canal and actually show you how much a Glacial Sturgeon and a Aurora Trout give you. All right, so we arrived at the Cryogenic Canal. Now we're gonna start fishing until we get a Aurora Trout and a Glacial Sturgeon with the Rod of the Depths, and then show you the amount of experience that we get from both. All right, so we got the Aurora Trout, so let's just try and catch this. Of course, we're using a rapid catcher currently, so it moves around a lot because we got the minus resilience. Okay, there we go. So we got 9k experience for catching a Aurora Trout. So let's now go for the Glacial Sturgeon. There we go. We got the Glacial Sturgeon. Now let's see how much experience this gives us. Okay, you can hardly see it because of the announcement that's happening, but we got 9.9k experience from fishing the Glacial Sturgeon. Now that means that the Goldfish is still the best amount of experience to get, but since there are 2 mythical fishes in the Cryogenic Canal, it's basically easier to, from what I said in the beginning, to fish here if you're active. And if you're mostly going AFK, then fish at the Forgotten Pond and get the experience from the goldfish there. But these are like the 2 best ways currently to grind experience before the Atlantis update hits. So let's move over to the money way. We don't have to go far because we're already here. The Cryogenic Canal is currently the best way of grinding money if you're using also a Heaven's Rod, because the mutation, which is heavenly, which gives you 5 times a multiplier on selling your fish, since you catch a lot of the mythic fishes here, which are the Aurora Trout and the Glacial Sturgeon, they really sell for quite a lot. Now imagine if you're also in an Aurora event and if you have a server luck going on, that makes you a ton of money during a night as well. Since if you got an Aurora, which is of course during the night, and you got your 32 times multiplier, then you will earn tons of money. Now I've had moments where I was in a server where I got 750k in an hour. Of course I had to buy some of the rods now to showcase it in the video, but you get a ton of money doing it as well. way. You only have to grind for so long until you get that amount of money, and you also, of course, have to get lucky with finding a server which has that 32 times luck and also the Aurora event going on. But it is currently the best way of grinding money. So now that we have covered both the best way to gain experience and also the best way to gain money, let's get into the Atlantis update announcement from Fisch and let's look over it together. Now, if you go to the Fisch page on Roblox, you can go to the event which is called the Atlantis update, the Lost City Secrets. Now, the description currently says, long ago, the gods blessed Atlantis, a city of unparalleled power and beauty. But in their hubris, the Atlanteans sought to seize dominion over forces beyond their right. Enraged by their defiance, the gods unleashed their wrath. The earth quaked. The seas rose in fury, and Atlantis was swallowed by the depths, vanishing into legend. Yet whispers endure. Was it truly lost, or does it still slumber beneath the waves? Now, that was a very epic story for me. That is basically all the announcement just points out. Also, when we go over to the Discord, they have made an event for dropping it on the 25th of January on 1 p.m. GMT. Now, where do you guys actually think Atlantis might be? Of course, this is probably going to be somewhere in the water. Maybe it's going to be close somewhere near the depths, or where we go to the Desolate Deep, which would be fitting to find Atlantis. And then we have probably like another pocket where we can maybe like fish. I hope this time it will be an eventful update. Hopefully there will be no bugged fishes, of course, but we'll definitely see whenever it drops. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am for the Atlantis update, which of course will still take like 3 weeks. If you want to get ahead in advance, then I would definitely advise you to grind some experience, grind some money, so you don't have to worry about it when the update drops. And they might have dropped like a 2.5 million rod. Who knows? Since the Heaven's Rod, of course, was already around like 2.1 million. If you count all the things you have to buy. If you guys like this quick little guide on farming the best XP and farming the best amount of money, then make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and leave down in the comments on what you want to see next. I wish you all a fantastic fishing journey, and I'll see you in the next fish video. Goodbye.